Too late to invest in Bitcoin? Hey, gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com. And in today's episode, I'm going to give you my opinion if it's too late to get into Bitcoins, if it's too late to get into cryptocurrencies. Before I start, I like to let you guys know that I'm not an attorney, I'm not a CPA. Uh, I'm just giving you my opinions and what I'm doing in my life, and I'm just sharing it with you guys. And when I get knocked down, I share it with you. When I have successes, I share it with you. So, to quickly summarize it up, my answer to this is absolutely no. For me, it is not too late. Okay, no way, no way. And here's a couple of reasons why. Okay, what I want to help you realize is that this is the if this was a birth, this is the phase that the sperm has met the seed and it's in the process of multiplying its cells. Okay, that's it. It hasn't even gone to like 2 or 3 months. It's just in that process. Okay, if I give you an illustration, what do I mean? Let me give you some things that are tangible that you can relate to. Okay, and we're in the stage of, for example, like a railroad. Okay, imagine in the Wild Wild West before there was tracks, someone had to come and put down the rail. Okay, so the rails cost money. Not that it only costs money for materials because you have to buy the iron. You also need someone to labor, not someone, hundreds of people to put in the labor to build this track. Okay, so there was two types of cost. There was more, but just to simplify as low as possible, is one is the cost of building, of constructing the rail. And and this will include like two parts to sum it up. You have labor and you have materials. Okay. So that was one. The other thing is once the track was built, okay, the rails were built, then you would have um, a train, right? And this train then would require fuel, right? It would require fuel. And what would the fuel do? The fuel would push the train forward, okay? Whatever the fuel was. And in the same idea, okay, put this here. That's how cryptocurrencies are. We're in the stage, for example, if you look at, you know, I was going to say stock, but it's not, but it's kind of like it, but it's not because it's not regulated or anything like that. Neo, which is a cryptocurrency, okay, it's very similar to this. Right now, they're building the rail track. Okay, so the rail track will go from one town, right? People there to another town, and the towns may be applications, decentralized applications down the road. But right now, there may not even be any application, but we're just building the rail. Okay, eventually, once the rails are done, people will develop applications, and then the train must use fuel to go from this part to that part, or from this data transformation to that data, from this network to that network verification, whatever the story may be. Okay, so that will require fuel. So, for example, in the Neo currency, there's two things. You have the Neo, and then you have what's called gas. And the Neo is the actual rail work from point A to point B. It's the network, okay? Is for example, is the ecosystem. It's like if you think about like Dallas, it's like a bubble of concrete for us humans to survive because we don't have big claws and big teeth and The only thing we have is brain. So we created this little bubble for us to live in. We call it homes, and we have blocks, and we have uh, parks, and we have houses, and we have commercial, and etc. So same thing is happening, okay? But in the cyberspace, we need the networks, okay? The software that's going to tell it what it should do, what it shouldn't do, etc. So one example is that right now is a good time to get into Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies. I definitely think so because we're in the process of just building the railroads, guys. Okay, the railroad. That's it. Okay, we're not even in the process of building dApps and decentralized applications or things of that, or people even taking mass uh, use of it because we're in a very, very entry level, just building the railroad. Like in the Wild Wild West, back in the days, people didn't travel because with that thick horses, it would take such a long time to the railroads came. That's when the cities started growing. Okay, anywhere there was a railroad, that area would become a city, or that town will become a bigger city, metropolitan, etc. Because of the railroads, which is, same thing with right now. Communication got a lot better because we had the what is it called, the Pony Express, and then the U.S. mail systems, and then we went to emails. Okay, so when first emails came in, it wasn't, people didn't run out there and abandon their fax machine. It took it quite a while, dude. Okay, when internet came in, okay, same thing with this. For example, with the internet, when internet came in, okay, people didn't imagine that you go on Amazon.com and order your food and they bring it to you in 2 hours. People didn't imagine that every restaurant is going to be able to do deliveries, not only the pizza places, because that's the reason they, were able to become successful. I don't know. I think it was Domino's were they able to revolutionize the industry by offering, delivery in less than an hour. The pizza is free. Okay, um, so no one thought about that you get your food through the internet. No one thought that the banking would be possible because of the internet, that you would eliminate central bankers. No one thought that, you know, uh, all these cool movements that we have going forward, all these applications in your iPhone or your smartphone, or, I mean, all these cool things you can do, okay? No one thought about that earlier. They thought, hey, internet was just shitty. And it was shitty because it was on dial up, it was clogged up, just kind of like Bitcoin right now. When Bitcoin transacts in the last crash, when it was 19,000 at the top, right? It was expensive to transact. It was clogged up, just kind of like dollar. It was clogged up, so it took time to go from dial up to you know broadband, and then faster, and then mobile, where everyone has internet and etc. Guys, it took a long time. It wasn't just like very, very fast. So that's why I say that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and tokens and blockchain is not going to die, especially blockchain. Okay, and you need some kind of token or cryptocurrency or incentive to have for people to run these blockchains, even if it's decentralized, because it does cost electricity, it does cost capital, it does cost resources, it does cost servers, internet, etc. Okay, so to quickly explain that we're in the stage of only the building the railroads. Okay, just like for example, if internet started and this was U.S. and this was, let's say, China. I mean, there was not power cords, but internet lines going through all these world. Okay, so it took a while to do that, to go under the sea and put all the pipes and etc. And this is what the stage is. Now we're not doing the physical thing of building the pipes because we already did that in the IP age, which is the internet age. Now we're in the next level, which is they're building the software, okay, the software to go in here, okay, and the software is going to do a variety of different things from, having your real estate deeds on the blockchain, all the way down to eliminating banks, all the way to incentivizing you, for example. Okay, so let's go to point number two. So that was point number one because we're in the stage of number one. We're just developing the basic railroad or the basic phone towers. Like in the cell phone world, there's all these towers, and before you know a company would go and invest all this money into these towers, okay, and then they would charge regular people like us maybe $100 a month for one connection for a cell phone, right? But now we, the people, are able to invest into these cell phone towers. We, the people, are able to invest in these railroads before the infrastructure is built or before big monopolies like AT&T, Verizon's, etc., or Apple's and Microsoft are able to do that. We are able to do that. Okay, yes, it's risky. I'm not saying it's not risky. Of course, it's risky. Any new thing is risky. When Henry Ford made the car, it was risky. People were laughing at him, and hardly no one wanted to borrow, lend them any money. And so, I mean, it is risky, guys. I mean, I'm not saying it's not risky. I'm not saying you should invest. I'm just telling you that this is why I'm investing into that. And just like many of you guys, I didn't believe in, you know, Bitcoin. It took me a long time. After the crash is when I saw the opportunity. Okay, um, the crash was like, when it was going up to like 19 plus. I knew it was a bad time to buy, but when it started coming down, I started buying my first round at when it was 11.5, somewhere around there. Then I bought all the way down to like 6,000, and I've also bought down a little bit below here as well, at 5,000 something. All right, and I've invested all through here. Okay, now the ones that I bought here, I'm under. The ones that I bought here, I'm still under, or just a couple is positive. But end of the day, I'm negative. Right, I'm shooting straight with you guys, right? However, I'm not selling, so I can't. To me, I'm not negative. I'm just all in. I'm not gonna sell. I'm gonna go all the way up, or I'm gonna go all the way down to zero. Okay, so that some people say that's a bad way to invest, but when I go in, I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna go as a champ, or I'm gonna go as a loser. I'm not gonna half-ass it. Okay, I don't want anything else. I just want to go all in, and that's it. Now, if this thing goes to zero, then I lost a lot of money. Okay, but I'm not gonna sell it, even if it goes to like $1. I'm gonna hold on to it to end the time because I believe in this stuff. Okay, I believe in Bitcoin. Bitcoin has eliminated for us to transact from people to India. It's great if you have a business, your IT, you have kids aboard in colleges or or family members, whatever, just to send money and pay 10 cents or 5 cents, and they get the money almost instantly. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Where before you would have to use different companies like MoneyGram or Western Union. Okay, and it costs a lot of money. Was a lot of delay. And you're eliminating these middlemen. You're eliminating like the AT&T, the Western Unions, the banks, and yes, it comes with responsibilities. If you want to be a Bitcoin owner, you gotta, you know, protect your private keys. You gotta do certain type of demanded, you know, protocols to protect yourself. And if you don't, then you lose your money. But you gotta be a grown up. You know what I'm saying? If you want freedom, freedom requires to have uh, responsibility. Okay, so in my opinion, there's no way in hell that I think that Bitcoin's going down. I think right now, I don't have a crystal ball. It may go down, 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 all the way to $1 or even zero. But I think that if I hold on to it, it's going to come back up. I'm actually still buying. I still bought more when it crashed back down. Now, here's some of the reasons why I think that the sucker's not going to go anywhere. Because if you do your due diligence like I do, it's all good news for these Bitcoin. Okay, for example, um, Nasdaq. Okay, the stock market master. They're trying to come up with their own, try to have cryptos. Okay, they're studying it. Okay, majority of the banks, like Bank of America, okay, they have patents on blockchain. So these big guys, okay, even though getting on TV and this on it, they're creating their own stuff because they see how scared they are, and if they don't make moves, they may go bankrupt. Okay, um, you have all all these people all over the world are interested in it. Okay, and all governments, or like not all, but majority of governments around the world are taking notice of it, and the people, just like and for example, Bitcoin is uncontrollable. No one can stop it. Not the most powerful country, not the most weakest country. Okay, it's out there. It has like some type of intelligence that it can move, unless the electricity is pulled and the internet is pulled and destroyed and all servers destroyed. It's someone's gonna have a record of it. That's why it's called a blockchain. It's like a public record that everyone downloads it. The people there running the mines or mining it. Okay. Um, if you look around, it's in the news, and more companies are coming up with patents for it. For example, Ford. Okay, Ford has a patent where they're gonna put some type of cryptocurrency in your car, uh, where they incentivize you for being a good Samaritan. What does that mean? Like, if there's a stop sign, you let someone go in front of you. If there's traffic, you let someone get in your lane. They give you points, and then I don't know what they're gonna do. Eventually, with these points, you can trade it out for Bitcoin, maybe, or get ice cream, or get free fuel, or who knows, guys. They're gonna reward you in one way. Okay. The other thing is Amazon. Amazon has a patent where they're gonna triangulate and verify, so they can send products, or maybe have other companies pay them a monthly fee to use their service, to when people pay with Bitcoin, to somehow verify that that is that person's home that they're going to be sending to, and not some scam. Okay. You go look these up yourself. I don't want to take too much time into it. But everywhere I look, from the banksters, the gangsters, all the way down to the car companies like BMW, Ford, uh, all for inventory management, all the way down to the news companies. Like, if you could watch some of the news on YouTube that created crypto news. Okay, and again, we're at the very early stages, in my opinion, of just building the railroad, guys, to connect towns to grow. Once the railroads are grown, then the towns can grow, or the applications and the ideas and the developers can come in and build stuff in there. We're at the very, 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 we haven't even popped out of our mom's womb. We're still in there developing our feet and our eyes and our lungs and our liver and etc. We're at that infancy stage. And literally now, do I know when the price is going to come up? I don't know when the price is going to come up. Do I think the price is going to come up? Absolutely. That's why I invested a lot of money into it. Okay. Uh, but do I know when? No. It might be 5, 10 years. It might be just like a rental property. I might have to hold on to it. Like, when I buy a rental property, I don't expect to buy a rental property and then keep looking at the news like, is it going up? Is it going up? Is it going up? Is it going up? I don't do that, dude. I know that when I buy a rental property, A, I'm going to hold on to it forever, or B, I'm going to sell it when it's at the top of the market. And whenever that is, it might be like 7, 10 years, and at the minimum, and I'm okay with that, right? That's why I go into it. I don't buy a asset like rental property and expect it to go up 3 days later, 3 months later. So I don't expect that to happen with a new technology. Okay, now there's a lot of scams out there and ICOs and stuff like that. So I mean, it's risky, right? I'm not saying. I've done a video about my personal type picks in 2018, what I think they are. If you want to check them out, get on my blog at mrnofluff.com and check it out, guys. Uh, anyways, I don't think that this is a bad time to get in Bitcoin, even though the Bitcoin prices are very low. It's hit like 51. I mean, I'm sorry, 61. As I'm making this video, 6,100 and some change. I think this is a great time to get into it. I'm buying more myself. That's why I'm buying it. Uh, but I'm not telling you to do that because I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. All right. Do your due diligence and know that investment is risky. You can lose your shirt. Entrepreneurship is risky. You can lose your shirt. what's safe or what's okay to say is safe is have a job. Okay, that's safe. That's the traditional way. High school, college, cubicle, traffic. Okay, that's safe. And uh, anything else, like investing in stocks, investing in gold, investing in real estate, investing in business, investing in your own mind, can be very, very risky, guys. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that bought a college degree and are just waiters, or they're not making as much money as they should, or they don't have the dream job they thought they were going to have, and they're stuck in that situation and they have that debt. So uh, that's to summarize it up. As an entrepreneur, as a real estate investor, Mr. No Fluff, I think Bitcoin is going to go, and it's never going to come down, and unless the country start outlawing it. But then even they couldn't do it. It's kind of like video piracy. Okay, uh, and I'm investing my personal money into it. I know it's down right now, and it's hard for a lot of people. But I also think this is a great time for me to buy more. And in 5 years, I'm gonna be extremely happy that I did what I did. Just like the 2006 crash when I bought property. Now it's very hard to time it at the very bottom and try to constantly look at it. So I don't try to not to do that anymore. Just whatever happens, happens. If it goes below what I bought previously, I will buy more. If it's not, I don't buy it because I already have enough. But if it goes below, if it goes like 5 grand, I'm gonna buy. If it goes 4 grand, I'm gonna buy. If it's 7 or 8, I'm not gonna buy because I've already bought below those points, and I'm only looking to buy when it goes below in my previous bought. Uh, and I don't know. I can lose all my money, or I can make some serious money. Either way, it's going to be a great learning experience because I've never been a speculative investor. I've always bought things that were worth 100, and I bought it for 50. I bought it for 60. I knew that I would make money instantly because I bought it right. But with this venture, uh, like I said, I've never been a speculative investor. I never bought stocks. I don't like even buying stocks unless there's a depression or something, um, because I feel like it's speculation. Anyways, guys, to summarize it up, thank you for watching. If you like this video, leave a comment. Let me